Hello students, welcome to Web Technology online classes. Today I am going to explain about the concept of what is web design and what are the web design principles we have to design a website. To design a website, what are the main principles we have? So in this session we will discuss all those things. Now let us start our session. Okay. So what is web design? List and explain web design principles. A web design is a concept of planning. A web design is a concept of planning and creating and maintaining websites. The very process of using creativity to design and construct a website and updating it regularly to incorporate changes is also referred to as a web designing. So now let us understand about the web design definition. Web design is a concept of planning. So before doing any project, compulsory one planning is must and should be required. Without planning, we can't execute any project. For example, if it is a building construction is going on, if the building construction is going on, for that one design is also required. Some paperwork is also has to do for that before. After that, after paperwork is over, immediately the real-time work has started by the workers. After completion of that one, some already that building is also, that construction building is also inaugurated and also works are going on. That building related works are also going on. At the same time, some small requirement, some extra requirements also they need. Then while running time is also some design related works also going on. So like that, website designing is also one of the most important thing. If you want to develop any web design, if you want to develop any website, compulsory for that, here also we need to follow these three rules. What are they? First one is planning, and second one is creating, third one is maintaining. So compulsory, if you want to develop any web design, if you want to develop any website, compulsory we need to do the plan also. Before we need to do the plan. So based on that plan, after completion of that plan, we need to do the real-time work. Actually, plan what purpose they are required. Without planning, we can't do any project because of if the client given one project. So compulsory first they are expected. They are expected. Compulsory the client has expected plan. After that, real-time work will start. If the plan is approved by the client, the architecture has designed that related plan for the website or for any project. So if the plan is approved by the given client, who are the project is given, that person is called client. If the client has given an approval for this based on our given plan, then the real-time work will start by the workers. Here also, website design is also same. If the planning is completed by the architecture and the plan want to show to the client. If the client all plans are approved and the company has started the real-time work for the development of website design. After that, the real-time work has completed. The website is completely completed. Then it is going to running stage. In that time also some enhancement also required because of while developing time all problems we can't assume. A simple problems we can assume, but all problems we can't assume. The complete project has not developed by anyone. Because of the company requirement has some extra requirements also in future. In future, the company wants some extra requirements in that website. So that extra requirements also we need to add in that time, in that website. So that is also going to maintenance stage. So that maintenance is also supported by the developers. The very process of using creativity to design and construct a website and updating it regularly to incorporate changes is also referred to as a web designing. It is not a small process. If you want to develop any website, it is not a small process. First we need to do the plan. After plan is approved by the client, then we need to start the real-time work. After that, we need to construct the website. After construction is over, after development is over, then the company wants some extra requirements after 1 year. So that enhancements, so that company related enhancements we need to add for that running project. So that is also called it maintenance. Incorporate changes are nothing but same. After 1 year, now the project is over, the project is going to at running stage. And nothing but the website is already in the real time phase, in the running stage. It is in the air. But after 1 year, the company has introduced a new feature. That new feature is also need to be added in that website now. So that is called incorporate changes. If the company development is in grow position, the company has also thinking like this. Some extra features also need to our website. Then only the users directly interact with our company by using that website. So they're thinking like that. They will think like that. So that is the process of web design. And besides the creation and updating, this concept also involves taking care of your user interface. Before the creation and updating, for example, the project is over and some extra enhancements are also required, the requirements given by the client after 1 year. After 1 year, some extra requirements also given by the client to software company. So if the software company adding that extra features, before they need to think one thing: previous user interface do not disturb. Previous user interface do not disturb. That is also one of the rule for that. If you want to add extra feature and previous architecture is compulsory, do not disturb. Without disturbing anything, you need to add extra information. You need to add extra features like that. And do not disturb our database also. The layout, the colors, the content, navigation. Layout is nothing but the page architecture like this. Here it is showing now. Here the page architecture is showing like this now. So if I want to add one more icon in this, so the remaining all icons are do not disturb. The remaining all icons do not disturb. Here the extra space is there now. So in that space I need to use. In that space I need to add that extra feature. And also in this body content I have some extra, I have information. Here I have notes for you, but you think it is a website. You think it is a website. This is body of the content it is displaying. This is header part. But if I want to add one more option, this complete front panel has not disturbed, and also the database is also not disturbing by that extra feature. So do not, if these two things without it disturbing, you need to add that extra feature. So that is the major concept of web design. That layout also do not disturb, and colors also do not disturb, and content is also do not disturb, and navigation part, navigation means from one link to another, from one page to another, do not disturb everything. It simply click on that, simply go that page and use that information by the user. So that is the designing techniques. And next, web designing principles we have to see. Let us now the web designing principles. The following are the various principles of an effective web design. The following are the various principles of an effective web design. Here some rules and restrictions given by the seniors. Web design principles are given by the some previous developers and also some companies. Actually, these, if you follow these rules, automatically you can understand everything. Automatically you can understand everything. Website purpose. The first principle is website purpose. If you want to develop any website, that website has to accommodate the user needs. For example, if you want to develop an website, that website already developed and also it is in the air, it is in the running stage. Then user want to access your website, but user requirement is satisfied or not with provided your information. In your website already you provided some information for the users. If the user want to access your website, the user whatever the whatever the information they are searching, whatever the information they are expecting from your website, that information is completely available or not. You need to check out, you need to check it, that one, because of you are providing the information, user getting information from your website, but user requirement is not satisfied by your website. How they can see your website? They can leave your website and go to other website. So that is the first purpose. What is the purpose of your website, and are you providing, what is the purpose of our website? Are you providing the practical information like how to guide? Is it an entertainment website like sports coverage, or are you selling a product to the user? A website may contain the different purposes. A website may use a different purposes. For example, if you are a businessman, in your website, what is the information you have to put? That business information, sales information, profit information, and income tax information, everything you have to show in your website. So because of that is the business related website. And now I am opening education website. So that is my website requirement. So in that I have added in some textbooks and extra education information, extra notifications, all those things I have added in my website. But if the student open, actually I am the website owner. I am a website owner. But as a student, you are my user because of you are searching that website. You and me, that relation is between, I am a website owner, I am a businessman, I am providing the information for you. If you want to get information from my website, you are also one of the user. Am I correct or not? So whatever the information you are searching, that information is providing, the responsibility is mine. That providing is responsibility is mine. So whatever the information you are getting, that information is not given by me, then immediately skip my website and also go to other website, and also other company website you are going. Am I correct or not? So like that simply you can understand website purpose. Compulsory we need to understand first of all what is our website, which is the information I need to provide for the users. That clarity I have first while developing time. Understand? If the user want to search for anything, that user satisfied or not with our given information. So that is also very important, because of user satisfaction is very important for the companies. User satisfaction is very important for the companies. That satisfaction is given by our website only. So compulsory here website purpose is very important. Next, for that each and every page should be clear. That will help the user to interact with your website. So if the user satisfaction, for the user satisfaction purpose, I need to provide the information in the very clear format in my website. That will help the user to interact with our website. నా వెబ్సైట్కి ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవ్వాలంటే నా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కూడా క్లియర్గా ఉండాలి. దెన్ ఓన్లీ యూ కెన్ యాక్సెస్ మై వెబ్సైట్ వెరీ ఫ్రెండ్లీ. Otherwise, if you cannot understand anything, then simply you can go for the other website. So that's why website purpose is very important while developing time, while giving the content clarity purpose. I mean, whatever the content I have representing on the website, that text content is very clear, should be clear. And next one, simplicity. Simplicity is the best way to go when considering the user experience and usability of your website. Below are ways to achieve simplicity through design. Simplicity is the best way to go when considering the user experience and the usability of your website. Below are ways to achieve simplicity through design. Actually, the website is very simply, they can simply want to design, because of simply means user, if the heavy colors and heavy images without meaningless, I mean with meaningless images I am providing, I am adding my website without meaningless images, I am adding in my website that images. So that images, that text content without clarity, we cannot maintain the website. So that's why here we need to follow some rules and restrictions. The first one is color. So if you want to develop any website, the first principle is, what is the purpose of our website? It is related to which database? which data I need to provide. So that principle is also called first principle, website purpose, and second one is simplicity. Simplicity is possible with color and typography and images. First one is color. A perfect color combination attracts users, while a poor combination can lead to distraction. If you use the perfect color combination in your website while developing time, the users attracts them. The users attracts. But if you use the poor colors, and heavy thick colors, if you use, then that website is not looking good. So user also don't want to open this website. So that's why color combination is very important here. This necessitates you to pick a perfect color for your website, and which can create a pleasing atmosphere. Thus leaving a good impact on visitors. If you pick the perfect color for your website, if you look that already somebody knows color psychology. If you see the red color thoughts will come in your mind. So like that, colors is also speaking some words with our mind. So that's why if you use heavy colors in your website, it completely disturbing in your mind. So that's why if user want to see your website, compulsory some color combination is very important. Some light colors you need to use. For the based on that color combination, the user can get the pleasing atmosphere at his mind, and also leaving good feedback to our website. Because of one good feedback they will provide by the user. Based on that good feedback, we have a chance to take and next step for that. Next, remember, white space or negative space is very effective at giving your website a modern and uncluttered look. Here, white space or negative space is nothing but, and line to line. Here, all of you carefully observe one more Microsoft window you open. Simply, I am typing this one. So the line to line it is showing is what? There is no space. But if you want to maintain some white spaces, it is clear to display. Our website. But if you do not want to maintain any white spaces, if the text content is over, then they are not interested to read that text content. But if if the text content has some extra space, then it is uncluttered look it will provide. There is no confusion. Uncluttered look means there is no confusion. It is a look of modern by the nowadays. It is very good to see. Next, typography. Typography has an important role to play on your website. Typography is nothing but it commands attention and works as the visual interpretation of the brand's voice. Typefaces should be clear and only use a maximum 3 different fonts on website. Typography is nothing but, for example, already all of you carefully see, look at the screen. Here how many fonts we have in the Microsoft window? There are number of fonts available. But if you want to design any website, minimum 3 fonts are enough. If you want to use number of pages also, these 3 fonts uniformly have to maintain in your website. If you use different fonts, the information is very clumsy from one text to another text. So why they are representing in these different ways? Because of this information to this information, is there any difference? That confusion has created by the users while reading time. So that's why 3 different fonts are enough on the website. Next, images. A picture can speak 1,000 words. And choosing the right images for your website can help with brand positioning and connecting with your target audience. For example, if you want to open any e-commerce website is nothing but, for example, Amazon is also one of the e-commerce, and Flipkart is also one of the e-marts. one of the e-commerce, and next one Big Basket is also one of the e-commerce. Like that, number of e-commerce web applications available in the website, available in the web. So if you open Amazon, first it will give the priority for what? Only pictures. Only pictures. By looking that pictures, I mean users by looking that pictures can take the decision because of it is brand or not, it is indicating by, is it brand or not, indicating by that images only. So that's why for our website we need to maintain some HD clarity and also some good pictures we need to maintain. It will help to our website because of our company maintaining some clothes, because of maintaining some fashion part, some fashion clothes. So that brand is indicating, the brand is positioning to our website. For example, some Reliance, Peterland, all those things are company websites also there. But those are very brandful items. Am I correct or not? So that's why that names indicating, that pictures and names are also indicating the company brand position. So that's why pictures are also very important. If you don't have high quality professional photos on hand, consider purchasing stock photos to lift the look of your website. అండ్ మీ దగ్గర లేకపోతే కొన్ని ఫొటోస్ కొన్ని వేరే చోట నుంచి స్టాక్ దగ్గర నుంచి కొనుక్కొని మీరు మీ వెబ్సైట్లో అప్లోడ్ కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్. ఆల్సో కన్సిడర్ యూజింగ్ ఇన్ఫోగ్రాఫిక్స్ ఆర్ నథింగ్ బట్ an image can speak different words without writing any extra text content. For example, if you want to explain any product, for that one text content, one paragraph text content or 4 or 5 lines text contents you need to represent on the screen. Am I correct or not? But a picture, it will show the everything without writing extra text content. A picture will speak all those things. So that's why image is also very important for our website. If you want to develop any website, the images also need to decide by some professionals. Then only your company website will develop. Your company website will grow the different types of images. Next, third, navigation. The third principle is navigation. Study shows that visitors stay more time on the websites having easy navigation. Actually, study shows means already some surveys are done by some different companies. So from the different company surveys, they are telling these words. Study shows the visitors stay more time on the websites having easy navigation. But each and everything can separated by one navigation. Simply they can understand. But each and every information has integrated with the same single page. Then user don't want to see that website. But navigation is very important. Navigation is nothing but just clicking by the links from one page to another page. It is very easy to understand. For example, in the main page, we have one link like that, college information. For example, if you want to open your college website, in that again you need to search for what? BCom or BSc. There are two courses we have, BCom or BSc. Again you click on that BCom. So after that opening BCom link, you will get the number of subject links. So here 3 clicks are enough now. And the route is, it is guiding internally because of your course. How can you go for your course and subjects? First you need to open your website. After that you need to go BCom section, and after that you need to go your BCom related subjects. So directly end to end you have 3 clicks only now. So that is the navigation part. So links are providing the navigation part from one place to another place. For effective navigation, you may consider creating a logical page hierarchy using breadcrumbs and designing clickable buttons. For effective navigation, you may consider creating a logical page hierarchy using breadcrumbs, and that means you can divide you can cut the pieces of your information by using links. So here I cut it now. Sorry, here I cut that links. What are the first college name? After that, your class name become. After that, your subject links. Understand? So this is the root. So this is completely related to one course purpose. So here I can split it as a breadcrumbs. As a pieces of code I can split now. So that's why it is called breadcrumb. Like that we have to cut. That is an example. Don't think overly on that. Next, you should follow the 3-click rule. So the visitors can get the required information within 3 clicks. So actually it is a navigation principle. What is that? Compulsory, if you want to develop any website, you need to follow the 3-click rule. So information, whatever the information you want to provide for the user, that is only available by the 3 clicks only. More than 3 clicks, they cannot understand, they cannot ready to click on next links also. Because of that patience user does not have. యూజర్ మీరు ఎవరైనా సరే ఎక్కువగా లింక్స్ పేజెస్ క్లిక్ చేసుకుంటూ పోతే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ దొరకలేదు అనుకో నెక్స్ట్ వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ఫీలింగ్ సో ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ దట్స్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓపెనింగ్ అగైన్ అండ్ అగైన్ సేమ్ లింక్స్ ఆర్ ఓపెనింగ్ సో వీ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు సీ దిస్ వెబ్సైట్ సో లైక్ దట్ యు ఆర్ థింకింగ్ నా సో దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ బ్యాడ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ సో దట్ నావిగేషన్ ఈస్ నాట్ సఫిషియంట్ ఫర్ ద user to get and more information. So that's why 3-click rule are very important. Just click on your college name. After that you can click on your class name. After that you can click on your subjects. Here 3 clicks are enough. So that 3 links we need to provide while developing time. Next, F-shaped pattern reading. Fourth principle is F-shaped pattern reading. Eye tracking studies have identified that people scan computer screens in a F pattern. F pattern. All of you carefully observe. What is the meaning of F pattern? Now I am showing for you a simple example. F pattern website. Yeah, it's connected. F pattern websites. Images I am showing, then only you can understand. So look at this screen. First the user want to see any website, how the looks are going on. If any website you want to open, the user expectation is what? Right, left to right and top to bottom. Left to right and top to bottom. So like that we have to see, and right side forcefully we can see. If the information is available also, right side forcefully we can see. So that is by default nature by the user. So first top to bottom and left to right information they have to see, and right information if you have anything then it is forcefully they can see. So that's why it is giving the percentage level. First top to bottom everything we have to see, but first top position, I mean left to right, it can see, but after some information, some left to right, some half part of the page it can see. So that is F pattern development. So that's why the most of the information you need to provide in your website in this space only. In this space only. If the adds something extra different content we have, then you can post here only. Because of if the information is looked at by the user or their wish. If the user want to see, then they can see. Otherwise, they can leave. So this is not necessary for this website, because of this is some extra unwanted content information like ads. Here we are providing, and this is our website information. So like that in this space we can provide. So this is called F pattern development. F pattern development. Next, visual hierarchy. Visual hierarchy is the arrangement of elements, is order of importance. This is done either by size, color, imagery, contrast, typographically, white space, texture and style. One of the most important functions of visual hierarchy is to establish a focal point. This shows visitors where the most important information is. Visual hierarchy means what is the information where we have to put where we have to put that information, everything we have to decide. If you put the information in different places, that is pointing to focal place. Nothing but proper information is not getting by the website by the user. So that's why compulsory we need to provide that information clearly. Visual hierarchy is nothing but it is arrangement of orders. If you provide information as a different order, they cannot see. They are not interested. User does not show the interest to see that website. So these all those things you need to concern. Size, text, font sizes, colors, images, and color contrast. So all the white spaces, everything you need to provide some different kinds of styles, but there start some limited styles, some limited colors you need to use in your website. One of the most important functions of visual hierarchy is to establish a focal point. Nothing but if you provide an information, it is not providing it is not ready to look the good by the user. This shows visitors where the most important information is. Next, content. An effective web design has both great design and great content. An effective web design has great design and great content. Nothing but, for example, all of you carefully observe here Osmanian website I am opening. Here all menus are showing here na, and remaining all information is going to down na, one by one, and this design is very important. Here all of you carefully observe. For the headings purpose, for the menu purpose, same pattern they are using. For the menus purpose, same pattern they are using. Okay na? And this complete section divided into same fonts, same colors, same background applying na. Here if you want to apply one color and here I want to apply different colors, so one section to another section if you want to have different colors, it is not visible. It is not correct development. So uniformly if I have maintained for that section wise also, and this menu purpose they are maintaining the same colors na. For the font color, same colors, there is no different fonts, there is no different colors, only text purpose white color they are using, and background color is same black color, blue color they applied. And for this menu purpose also same, white color font, black color background. And here, so these all are dates, all are indicating with same pattern, unique formatly they are maintaining. So it is plain text. So like that uniformly they are maintaining. Here you need to observe only section based. For this menu section, common formats they are using, and for this button section, common format they are using, and for the extra notification purpose, dates wise they are commonly they are using. Only 2 or 3 colors they are using. All of you carefully observe. Only section wise you have to think. Don't think complete web page. So plain colors they are applying na. Next, grid based layout. If the content is placed randomly in your web page, then the user may confuse. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఇక్కడ సంబంధం లేకుండా this block is completely related to upcoming events, conferences, seminars, workshops. These 4 groups, these 4 groups invitations added in this panel, and all notifications added in this panel. So the order is very important na. The order is here they are maintaining very importantly, very sequentially. And also grid based means if the text placed, if the content is placed randomly in your website, then the user may confuse. So that's why if this block, only this block is this is notification section text content. Now I want to place from here to there, I want to move from place to from here to there, then this is from here to there, I can swap these 2 things. Then is this right way to identify by the user? No, because of in the notification section only notifications are orderly they can see. In the seminars events purpose, all events can store in this same that related section. So here order is maintaining. This is menu part, this is buttons part, here pictures part. In the pictures part, all pictures will displaying na. In between some extra text content it is displaying na. So that is not sufficient to develop a website. So for that, here order is very important. Then only users very interestedly they can see. Grid based layouts arrange content into sections, columns and boxes that line up and feel balanced, which leads to better looking website design. మీరు ఆర్డర్లో అన్ని అప్లై చేస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా అన్నీ కూడా మంచి ఆర్డర్లో ఉంటాయి. యూజర్స్ వాంట్ టు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ టు షో ద టు సీ ద అవర్ వెబ్సైట్ అండ్ టు యాక్సెస్ ఎనీ information for our website. If you provide any information, that information is very useful to the users. Next, load time. Waiting for our website to load will lose visitors. If you develop any website, within 2 seconds, if your website will open, then the user patience is lost. So because of actually the opening time is 1 minute or 2 minutes, but it is opening 3 minutes. It is opening 3 minutes or 3 minutes. Then users not interested to access your website because of it is very slowly. That is by default user nature. If anything slow, user not interested to see at that place, at that event, at that website also, everything. So that's why here fast access is very important. So that's why load time is you need to reduce. That project is also developed by within time it need to execute. That responsibility taken by the at development time. And mobile friendly means if the website has developed maximum based on desktop screens, but nowadays phones, tablets, mobile phones, tablets, that small screens also available. But each and everything compared to desktop, each and every website has accessed by mobiles only. Compared to desktops, mobiles are heavily accessing websites because of it is in hand. Directly, if you want any information, immediately you can open your phone, open your browser in your phone, open your browser, and also immediately you can search that content. So mobile friendly is also very important. So that's why if you want to develop any website, then compatibility is also you need to take that responsibility. I think you're confusing. Just listen, carefully listen. If you develop any website that compatible to all devices, that website is need to open in all devices. That related responsive design, actually that all devices supporting format is called responsive design. So that's why you need to develop any website in the responsive design mode. Responsive design mode you need to develop. Then only your website will open in all devices. In all devices, almost all devices you can open. So that's why it is called mobile friendly development is also one of the principle. So here I given actually number of principles they have, but for your understanding purpose here 9 principles are given. Just consider, see and consider. And if you want more information about this, then you go and search in internet. In the next class, I will explain about the HTML attributes concept. So now I am stopping this session. I hope you enjoyed and understand this one. If you have any doubt, then do the phone call for me. First of all, you need to say, if you have any doubt, first of all, you need to analysis on this concept by using internet. After that also, you haven't get any after that you have get any confusion about this concept, then you can ask me directly by using phone. Then I will explain clearly. Okay, na? Thank you friends. Bye. Now I am closing this session.